Hi there, I'm Anna from Anna Hill Therapies. Thanks for joining our yoga class today. I'm here with Body Club for this special edition, which is a shorter variation of a longer class that I normally teach. So you're welcome to add this onto any other class. This is going to be a warm-up with focusing on sun salutes, which is a really nice, energizing way to start your day or even after a busy day at work. So we're doing lots of variations and it should get you nice and warm. So you just need a yoga mat ideally, or you're welcome to use the floor if it's comfortable enough to do so. You may need a brick or something just to lift the hips up should you just need that little bit of extra flexibility. I offer lots of variations, so do choose one which suits you today, because our bodies do vary from day to day and everyone's body is very unique, so not all of our bodies are designed to do every single pose. So really feel into what feels right for you and just enjoy your practice. Yoga is really about using the body to bring the focus inwards. So we use asanas, which are the postures, as a form of meditation. So, and if you're new to yoga, you might find you're really thinking more about the poses, but as you get accustomed to them, you will be able to focus your mind more and more on the breath. So I'm going to really encourage you throughout the practice to do that. So let's start our practice now. So sitting comfortably, somewhere where you feel your spine can ascend effortlessly towards the sky. So ideally just lifting your hips to allow your knees to be really grounded down, and maybe shins on the floor. And if you feel comfortable to do so, you can just close your eyes. So the backs of your hands can rest on your knees, maybe thumb and index finger just touching. And we're just going to begin to encourage the mind to begin to come inwards, and there's going to be some resistance and that's perfectly normal. So whenever you find the mind wandering, just bringing it back without any anger towards the mind. The mind is like a monkey, it will want to jump around. So a really nice way to keep the mind anchored in the present moment is just drawing it to the breath. So you're initially just seeing how you're breathing. You might find you're breathing quite apically, quite high up in your chest, in which case we can slowly begin to encourage the breath deeper into the belly. The correct way to breathe is to allow the navel to rise, drawing the breath into the depths of the lungs, where we have the most alveoli and have the most potential to get all of that delicious oxygen that all of our tissues need. In yogic philosophy, the breath holds the prana, which is the life force energy. So with our mind, as you breathe into the depths of your lungs, imagining that breath traveling all the way to your toes. And as you exhale, maybe imagining that breath just traveling out through the soles of your feet. Breathing in through the nose, imagining the spine lengthening, ascending more towards the sky, growing, and as you exhale that breath all the way to the soles of your feet, roll the shoulders back and down. You might want to take a few more rolls, always moving in time with the breath. In yoga, we use a breath called the Ujjayi breath, which is an oceanic sounding breath, and it encourages the mind to stay focused on the breath. It also has lots of beneficial properties to our practice, including keeping the energy within our bodies. So let's gently constrict the back of the mouth, as though you're steaming up a mirror, but with your mouth closed. So we breathe in, you can hear a gentle oceanic sound, and as you exhale, draw the navel in, squeeze out all of the air. Trying to make the exhale even longer than the inhale. Inhale, really deep navel rises. Exhale, draw navel in. Beautiful. Do 2 more rounds in time with your own breath. Observing if the mind is wandering anywhere else, drawing it back here. And if you'd like to, just bringing the breath to the heart, taking a moment to set an intention for your practice. Whether that's to work with kindness towards yourself, Or maybe to push yourself a little bit more if you're normally a little bit more cautious. And then let's seal that intention with a single breath. Beautiful. Let's release our hands. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky, look up, reach up. Draw navel in as you exhale, open the heart even more. Inhale here. Exhale, let's take a lion's breath, so stick the tongue out, elbows come wide. Beautiful, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, releasing anything that you might be sitting on. Let's take this into a forward fold. We're going to be warming outside quite quickly. You might want to take off any layers you have. Standing at the top of the mat. Inhale, reach all the toes to the sky, spread them wide. And then placing the toes down, lifting the arches, and feel that energy from the soles of the feet coming up to the knees, into the hips. Draw navel in so the lower back is really strong. Put hands pointing forwards. Let's inhale, sweep the hands to the sky, looking up. Beautiful. And as you exhale, heart folds forward, leading the way. Fingertips eventually find their way towards the toes, whether they're touching or not, doesn't matter. Let's take some gentle bends with the knees, allowing the head to be heavy, releasing any tension in the jaw. Beautiful. Inhale to lengthen the spine, looking up. Let's step both feet to the back of the mat and then lower onto our knees, taking a few cat-cows here. So as you inhale, look into the sky, tailbone lifts. You try to lift the heart. Exhale, drawing navel in, push the ground away. Inhale, taking one more. Exhale, push the ground away. Walking your feet back slightly, coming into your plank. Option here to lower the knees to keep this softer. We check that the elbows are gently, just micro flex here. And if you're taking the strong variation, we draw the navel in and keep the lower back really strong. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, lower knees, bring chest and chin between the hands, scoot forwards. Coming into a little cobra, roll the shoulders back, breathe into the heart directly. Pull heart forwards, so the hands on the ground are gripping in an open gripping position. Beautiful. On your next exhale, tuck the toes, maybe coming through knees. Lift up into your downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, we have 4 aspects to the pose. The feet are about hip width apart, middle toe pointing forward, so you shouldn't be able to see the heels here. Press the hands into the ground and middle finger pointing forwards, and checking that the entire span of the hands are spread really wide, and pressing the pad of the index finger into the ground. Beautiful. Lifting the arches, so you feel that lift all the way through the knees, up to the hips, and imagining those hip bones reaching towards the sky. Beautiful. Inhale here, and as you exhale, look between the hands. Let's walk our feet all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale to fold. Thinking forehead towards the shins, maybe holding onto the back of the shins here, releasing the head. Beautiful. Taking 3 breaths here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As you take your forward whole fold, we soften the knees a little bit more. Inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale to fold. Bending the knees even more, rolling the spine all the way up to standing position. Head is the last to come up, and as you keep inhaling, the hands keep sweeping towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, let's fly down again. Fingertips coming all the way down to the toes. Inhale to lengthen. Stepping or floating the feet to the back of the mat into your plank. Maybe lowering the knees here. Either variation, elbows are soft. Inhale here. Exhale, let's lower the right knee. Kickstand the right knee out to the side. Left arm is long, it's coming to side plank variation. Inhale here. Exhale, left arm down, back into the plank. Inhale. Exhale, left knee down. Right arm long. Really nice. Feel like you're making this one long line, pushing the outer edge of the back foot into the ground. Right arm really reaches along, opening up this space between the hip and the ribs. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale here, let's exhale chaturanga. So we may be lowering the knees or full body straight down onto the ground. Roll shoulders back, peel the spine up. Inhale, open the heart, pull it forwards. Exhale, maybe low, using the knees or coming straight into your downward facing dog. Beautiful, taking 3 deep breaths here. I like to imagine that the breath is coming all the way from my hands up to my seat bones, lifting the seat bones higher. And as you exhale, imagining that breath coming down the backs of the legs. Encouraging length and maybe the heels, if they're not touching the ground yet, that doesn't matter. Just imagining with every exhale, they're coming a little bit closer towards the ground. Inhale, lengthen to the spine, lift the seat bones. Exhale, lower down. Nice. Coming back to that oceanic sound of breath. And looking between the hands, walking or floating the feet to the top of the mat, landing lightly. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. Fingertips in line with the toes, even if they're not touching. Nice. Inhale, bend the knees, coming all the way up. Keep the arms sweeping high. Exhale, taking this a little bit faster this time. Floating down. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Step or flow the feet into your chaturanga. Inhale here. Exhale, keeping the feet about hip width apart. We're going to rotate onto the outer edge of the feet. Inhale, left hand sweeps to the sky. Maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, rotate the other way. Right hand sweeps to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale here. This time lifting the right leg, pointing the toes behind you. Exhale, draw that right knee towards your nose. If this feels strong, we'll lower that left knee. Inhale, keeping it strong, right leg points away. Exhale, bring that right knee towards the right elbow. Inhale on. Exhale, left elbow twisting round. Option to stay here, lower the knee if this is too strong, or to lift the left hand. Good, maybe that right leg can even straighten. Beautiful, exhale, left hand down. Inhale on. And then we're going to bring the right foot to the step all the way through, lower the back knee. Nice, inhale, lift the hands. Reach into the sky, lift the hips a little bit more, tuck the tailbone and then draw the hips forward. You may want to interlink all your fingers apart from the index. So we're trying not to crunch too much here into the lower back. Keep drawing the pubic bone towards the navel to keep yourself strong. And when you feel able, maybe you can begin to walk the shoulders back, opening the heart even more. Think about pointing the back toes away from you. Deep inhale, full exhale. One more breath here. Beautiful. Inhale. Nice. Exhale. Lower the left hand just beside the right foot. And we're going to inhale, sweep the right hand to the sky. Option to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. 2 more deep rounds of breath. Beautiful. Exhale, right hand down. Let's step back into our plank. Taking your variation of your vinyasa, so maybe lowering the knees, or full vinyasa, maybe hovering the body a few inches off the ground as you push forward with the toes. Lift the heart, look to the sky. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Taking 3 deep breaths here, settle the breath. If this is too strong, lowering the knees, maybe finding another cat-cow. Traditionally, we look at either the big toes, the knees, or the navel, depending on what position your head is naturally finding itself in the downward facing dog. So when our gaze is settled, our mind can be a little bit more settled, maybe. Beautiful. Now, you're going to lift up onto the toes, bend the knees and ripple the spine forwards into your plank again. Inhale here, and then exhale. You're going to rotate onto the left hand side of the heel. Inhale, sweep the right hand to the sky. Exhale, right hand down. Rotating the other way, inhale, left hand to the side. Exhale. This time, lifting the left toes, left leg behind you. Exhale, arch the upper back, pull the knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, right elbow. Option to lower the knee or twist. Maybe that right hand can lift off the ground. Maybe you can straighten that left leg, choosing a variation that feels good for you. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, lowering the left leg. Taking your vinyasa, the option to stay here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, bringing the heart through, looking to the sky. Exhale, coming back into the plank. So coming into your three-legged plank, we're going to step the left foot between your hands and then an extra little vinyasa there just to make sure we're really warm. Bringing the hands high, looking up to the sky. Lift the hips, tuck the elbow, and then draw the hips forward. Breathing into that heart space. Settling the mind, settling the breath. Checking if the mind has wandered anywhere, can you bring it back into the body? Maybe walking those shoulders back and open the heart any more. Inhale back to center. Let's bring the right hand down now beside the left foot. Sweep the left hand to the sky, option to straighten that back leg. Just checking that right elbow is soft. We're not just stacking the bones here, using the strength of the muscles to keep us strong. Beautiful. Exhale. Taking left hand beside the left foot. Stepping back into the plank. Vinyasa, or taking downward facing dog or child's pose of your choice. Exhale, lifting the hips. 5 deep breaths. Option to take child's pose, cat cow, or any other restful position you'd like to take. In your downward facing dog, we're thinking about bringing the armpits, if you like, almost towards each other. This helps to engage all of the muscles around the scapula, the shoulder blade and the back of our back. Check we're not holding any tension here in the jaw. Good to stretch out the mouth. Check you're not holding any tension in the neck. And just finding your drishti, that point of focus for the eyes. Beautiful, looking between the hands, walk, step or float the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. We're going to bring our feet about hip width apart here. Taking a yogi toe grip involving index and middle finger coming around the big toe, thumb just touching the fingertips. Lift the heart to come halfway up. Exhale, fold down, bend the elbows outwards. So we're thinking about the sternum, the center of the chest coming down long. So it's not about arching, you're trying to get as close to your knees as you can. You're coming down for the length. Keeping the space between the shoulders and the ears. Allowing the head again to be heavy. So easy to bring in tension into poses where we don't need it. Two more rounds of breath. Beautiful. Then releasing the toes, bring inner toe joints touch. Heels just slightly apart, lift the toes, spread them wide. Inhale, coming back into Utkatasana for the first time actually. So this is the chair pose, you lower the hips, draw navel in, and arms reach the sky. Utkatasana translates to intense poses. If it's not feeling intense, maybe just lower down a little bit more. Nice, squeeze knees together if the toes are together. And breathe here. Nice, inhale, bring the hips forward, gentle back bend, opening the heart. Exhale, fly forwards, fingertips in line with the toes. Inhale to lengthen. You're going to step the left leg back, so right leg is forward. Coming into warrior one, so the back heel is down. The foot is out about 45 degrees. And we're looking for the knee to be over the ankle. When you've got your grounding, let's inhale, sweep the arms wide. As you reach the arms up, you think about drawing the left hip towards the right knee. Good. So with a warrior, we feel really strong. This is really great for strengthening not only the legs and the core, but also the mind. We find one place for our gaze to land. We hold on to it to give us strength. Finding that breath. Encouraging that breath to come to all the tissues in the body. And as you inhale here, we're going to exhale, lowering the back knee, bring the elbows wide. Nice. Then we're going to warm up the wrists a little bit more, so taking some twists as you inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, take the rotations all the way down. Yeah. Nice. Inhale, last one. Exhale. Squeeze out all of the air. Inhale, back up. Option to take the arm position we took previously, or bring the prayer to the heart to deepen the twist, bring the elbow all the way over the knee, and try and get the thumbs to come to the sternum. We look over the right elbow. If this is feeling fine, opening the arms to deepen it that little bit more. There may even be a bind there for you today, in which case the left arm comes under the thigh, the right hand comes behind, and we hold the right wrist with the left hand. The arm that wraps is the arm that binds. 2 more deep breaths here. Beautiful. We're going to release here. Let's open wide. And we're opening all the way into warrior two. So right hand comes down, left arm curls all the way open, and the arms come wide. So finding a really wide stance here, trying to get the hips as low as you can. The knee is over the ankle, and the arms are spread wide. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Left fingertips pointing forward. Finding your breath. Opening up between hip and ribs. Inhale, back to center. We've got some options here. Straightening both legs, coming into your Trikonasana, reaching forwards. So all hips and ankles in line. Left hand to the top. You're welcome to stay here, or you can take this into a little balance. So in which case, we bring our hands forward. You may want to put something underneath you to support your hand. You're going to lift the back leg, reach the left hand to the sky. This may feel enough for you, or if you want to take a bind, you can hold onto that back foot and really kick the back foot back to come into a little backwards arch. Two more deep breaths. We'll meet in warrior two whenever you're ready. So inhale, open everything wide, everything, lightly step back, good. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And then cover the hands, step back, maybe child's pose, down facing dog, or running through a vinyasa with me. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale, open the heart, lift to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. Beautiful. Looking between the hands now, lifting the toes, lifting the hips. Let's hop our way to the front of the mat. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold, feet hip width apart. You may need to bend your knees a lot here, but let's bring the entire palm underneath the sole of the foot. Toes all the way to the wrist joints, and then taking your bow. This creates an amazing energy circuit of the body, and can be really energizing as well as grounding. Just close your eyes, really absorb all the benefits. Beautiful. Let's release our hands. Bring the inner toe joints together. Inhale, Utkatasana, the chair pose, reach hands to the sky. Exhale, lowering the hips. Good. So draw the navel in. Keep so strong in the core. 2 more deep breaths here. Create more space between the ears and the shoulders. Inhale, bring the hips forward, gentle back bend, open the heart. Exhale, fly forward, fingertips in line with the toes. Inhale to lengthen, this time stepping the right leg back of the mat, taking your warrior one. So draw hips so they're in line with the short edge of the mat. When you're ready, lifting up, reach the hands high. Good. Real tendency here for us to stick out our ribs, so draw the ribs in, draw right hip towards left knee, and then just breathe. Beautiful. Option here to take the slightly easier twist, right hand down to the ground, or bring the prayer to the heart, and take this twist round, so right elbow over the left knee, and then looking to the sky. Again, option to open the arms here. And maybe there's even an option to bind right arm underneath the left thigh. This time, your shoulders may pop, that's okay. Right hand is holding onto the left wrist. And we breathe. In the twists, we do the most detoxification, so you might find yourself sweating a little bit. That's really great. Great. Beautiful. Inhale, let's release. Open the arms. Exhale, lower the left hand. We're going to cartwheel all the way open into warrior two. So left knee above left ankle. Try and squat down as much as you can. Now the back foot is in line with the short edge of the mat. On your next inhale, let's reverse this warrior. Good. So right fingertips pointing forwards, left over. The left hand sweeps over like the sun, and maybe we look there or the neck is relaxed. Beautiful. Inhale, let's straighten the front leg. Walk that back leg in just slightly. And then coming into your Trikonasana, reach forward until you can't anymore. Cartwheel the hands, right hand to the sky. Beautiful. Option to stay here. Or maybe you're going to come into a slight balance. So walking that left hand forwards, maybe there's a brick under there for you. Pointing the toes, or maybe taking your bind. So maybe that right hand holds onto the right ankle. Wherever you are, just breathing smoothly. Wobbles are fine, they're encouraged. Shows we're working hard. It can also give us a sense of how our mind is feeling on the days that I'm feeling less balanced in my body. Often shows my mind's wandering a bit. Nice. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, coming into warrior two. Let's reverse it. Last warrior. Then cartwheeling the hands. Option to take a final vinyasa. We'll meet in our child's pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then let's all come down. So knees are wide. So untuck the toes, bring the hips onto the heels, reaching the arms high, away from you. Forehead comes down to the ground. Just allow the mind to settle in on that point where your forehead is in contact with the ground. Allow the breath to settle. And in the breaks, our body reaps all the rewards of all the hard work we've been doing. So just 2 more deep breaths here. And then we're going to come back up onto our hands, draw the knees together and tuck the toes. So we've got some variations here. We're going to inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Keep the tailbone tucked here, looking up to the thumbs. Any problems with the lower back, you might just bring our hands to our lower back and open the heart more. So trying again not to crunch into the lower back. If this feels fine, we may then be able to walk the right hand down to the right heel. Sweep the left hand to the sky. Looking up to the left hand. Breathing into the heart, trying to feel as though there's a string to the heart, to the sky, lifting it there. Beautiful. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, let's take this the other way. Nice. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, let's sit down on the heels, bring the prayer to the heart. Maybe that's enough for you today, you may want to stay there, otherwise inhale last time, reaching hand high. Either taking the variations you've just done, or maybe both hands come down to the heel, lift the heart more. Think about that tailbone lengthening down, pubic bone towards navel, or maybe the head relaxes back. 3 deep breaths. Beautiful. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, let's come up. Bring the prayer to the heart, sitting down on the heels. We'll just take a moment here to allow the spine to adjust. Great. So maybe take a little few cat-cows in your sitting, and then we're going to come down to lying down on our backs. And so drawing the knees in, beginning to slow down now. So we've got some variations again. You may want to, it's always great to finish with an inversion. So coming into happy baby pose, holding onto the outer edges of feet, drawing knees towards your shoulders. Everyone's hip joints are completely different shapes, so wherever you are is perfect. Maybe you can't hold onto the outer edges, you can hold onto the shins. Draw shoulder blades down, closing the eyes. Softening the breath. We're going to lose the Ujjayi breath now. Just allow the breath to be natural. Beautiful. We're going to release the feet. We're going to finish in the twist. So wrapping the right leg a couple of times around the left. Push the toes into the ground to shift the hips to the right and allow the knees to fall to the left. Look over to the right hand. Maybe closing the eyes. Breath as gentle as a summer breeze. And we allow the gravity to do the work here. So there's no effort involved. Beautiful. And then we'll come back to centre. Draw knees in, maybe take a little circle with the knees. And we'll take this over the other side, lifting the hips, twisting around. And the left gaze follows the left hand. Maybe right hand is gently resting on the knee. Totally seeing if you can let go of every part of your body now as we make our way into Shavasana. There's one last pose you might want to squeeze in here, as long as it's a relaxing one. Maybe a shoulder stand, otherwise it's me in our Shavasana. So in Shavasana, which is the most important pose of all the ones we've done so far, we bring our feet at least mat width apart and our arms as wide as you like. Take up space here. It's nice to bring a cozy blanket or a few layers on here, and just allow your hands to be facing the sky. You're going to lift the hips, bring the lower back into the contact with the ground as much as possible, and then allow the shoulders to come down the back. When you're ready, closing the eyes, allowing the mind, as much as it's going to want to jump around more than ever as we're in this Sila pose, encouraging it with every time you find it wandering, just encouraging it coming back to the breath. Just observing the breath as though it's some kind of wild animal that you've never seen or witnessed before, and you want to be part of every moment of the breath flowing in and out. So really feel it, feel where it flows. See maybe if you can feel the heartbeat. You're taking the mind back to any intention you may have set at the beginning of your practice. And try and see if you can just totally let go of every part of the body, starting with the toes, the ankles, the heels, encouraging them to let go of the knees, the thighs, the hips, letting them go, letting the belly, the back, the chest, the upper back, the shoulders, totally letting go, avoiding any movement, checking the neck and the jaw, imagining the eyebrows just melting down your face into the ground, releasing any tension in the forehead, in the scalp, in your hair, releasing any tension in the arms, feeling as though the hands, the lower arms all melting into the ground. Maybe feeling as though the body is losing its physical shape. And all your existence exists of is that breath, which you're going to pay full attention to. Not trying to shape it in any way, just allowing it to flow. If you want to have a longer Shavasana here, if you have the time, do feel free to do so. Otherwise, let's bring a little bit of movement back into fingers and toes, taking circles with both. And the longer the Shavasana you're able to take, the better, because you're able to absorb even more benefits. Even just a little Shavasana is better than none. Let's draw our knees into our chest. Good. And reach the hands over your head. Exhale, straightening the feet to the sky. Making the toes. Any more Rice Krispie crackers coming out of the ankles. Draw the knees in. Maybe rolling onto one side or coming up into seated. Beautiful. Let's start where we began. So maybe just bringing the prayer to the heart if that feels nice for you. Otherwise, allowing the hands to rest wherever feels good. I like to finish with a single Om. So if you'd like to join me, let's take a deep breath in. Beautiful. Bowing your head. If you'd like to just bring your prayer to your third eye center in the middle of your forehead, reminding us to have pure and loving thoughts. Bringing our prayer just in front of the mouth, reminding us to have pure and loving communication. Bringing the prayer just in front of the heart, reminding us to have pure and loving intentions. And maybe just bowing down, giving gratitude for anything positive in your life. And for your practice today, for your strong and healthy bodies, all of the connections you have. And when you're ready, just coming up. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. My name is Anna from Anna Hill Therapies, and thank you so much to Body Club for inviting me to teach this class. I hope you enjoyed it, and do practice more of my classes and Body Club's classes as well. Enjoy your day.